Good morning and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this presentation on an extra credit opportunity. This is for my 7th and 8th grade course, and there's a couple things I want you to know about this. One, do you have to do this? No, this isn't required, okay? However, it is recommended for those who maybe want the opportunity to improve their grade a little bit, all right? In fact, this opportunity is so big that it might, not will, but might even earn you up to a letter grade better than where you're at, okay? So take that for what it's worth. Obviously, each situation is different, okay? Now, with that in mind, okay, there's a couple of expectations I have. One, there was plenty of opportunity in the classroom to make sure that things were done correctly, right? And because we're an online digital course as well, or at least the information is available in the classroom and away from the classroom, okay, there's plenty of opportunity to do things right outside the class as well, all right? With that in mind, it's not going to be an easy assignment, okay? In fact, on this assignment, I think I've only given out maybe 100 because it was the absolute most perfect document, and the student had already had straight A's anyways, and they felt challenged that I would not give them 100. And yeah, they earned 100, all right? It was perfect, all right? Now, in other cases, students have earned like 95s, 94s, 93s, so on and so forth. Other students, not as much, all right? So I'm looking for perfection. Why am I looking for perfection? Well, usually on other documents, I'll overlook certain things, right? However, because this is an opportunity to make up work that should have been done correctly to begin with, all right, that's why I look for perfection, okay? Because it's now the second time that you have the opportunity to increase your grade, all right? When it could have been done right the first time, all right? So without further ado, let's look at what we're going to be doing. All right, for extra credit, you are going to write a business letter, okay? A business letter. That's important. To a fellow student discussing what they can expect from Mr. C's business classes, okay? A business letter. So when you think about a business letter, that means there's going to be a certain type of language that's going to be used, all right? I'm not just talking English language. I'm talking about the way you speak and the way you write. It'll be a little bit more formal, okay? So keep that in mind. That's really important. You got to use a lot of formality, professionalism with this. It's not like texting to your friends, okay? So if I start reading a lot of text language, expect points off, all right? And then keep in mind what we're writing about, what you could expect from my class, all right? Format counts. And I have provided all the documentation you need for formatting. So this isn't going to cover formatting. This is just going to cover the assignment itself. All right. So for my 7th and 8th graders, address formatting counts. I provided that information for you. Use the school's address for the heading address. If you don't know what the heading address means, I encourage you to look it up, all right? And then you will address it to new business class student or dear business student or Mr. C's business student or Mr. C's student, Mr. C's class, something like that, okay? You don't know who's going to come in here, so you can't say dear Mrs. Smith because you don't know if Mr. Smith or Mrs. Smith will be taking my course, all right? All right. I will show you at the end the business letter rubric that I will be using for grading, all right? And I've attached that in Google Classroom, so you can look at that on your own accord, all right? Some good ideas for your letter include, but are not limited to, lessons or information they will learn. Well, that's easy. What do you expect to learn in my classroom? Maybe classroom procedures, what they can expect as day-to-day. How do you turn in hard copies? How do you turn in digital copies? What will we do for the bell ringers, right? Maybe if you figured out, hey, I now know how to earn an A in here, but I wish I would have known that at the beginning. Maybe you could tell somebody about that. Maybe you could talk to them about my personality or the expectations in the classroom, so on and so forth, all right? Pretty easy. Now, for 8th graders, for full credit, this is key, I am looking for a business letter containing 4 to 5 paragraphs, all right? Good paragraphs with good and well-constructed sentences, all right? So consider 20 to 25 good sentences as the appropriate length. Additionally, if you repeat your ideas, okay, I may not count that as a additional sentence, all right? Again, format of the sentence and sentence structure counts. Grammar is going to count. Organization and use and how you line up your paragraphs. Those language art skills are all going to count. How you construct the paragraph and the letter is all going to count. All right. I am looking for a document to be turned in via Google Docs. It says Microsoft Word, but most of my students are now using Google Docs. All right. And they are going to be due by the due date noted. It's on the assignment. All right. You'll see it on the assignment. It's due on a certain date. You can also check out the agenda for the classroom. Okay. If they are not turned in by that date, at that time, I will not accept it. Plain and simple. In other words, if you have a document and it's a perfect document and it is turned in 1 minute past the date and 1 minute past the due time, I'm not going to take it. Okay? Plain and simple. All right? It's an extra credit opportunity. No late assignments. All right? It must be turned in via Google Classroom. Do not share these with me. Use Google Classroom. No exceptions. All right? No exceptions. Okay? Documents shared directly with me will not be accepted because you didn't follow the direct instructions. That's easy. All right? So again, 4 to 5 paragraphs in length, 20 to 25 good sentences. All right? There you go. Pretty easy. All right? You should be able to crank that out within reason. All right? And that's, good sentences, of course. Okay? All right. For my 7th graders, for full credit, I'm looking at a business letter about 3.5 to 4 paragraphs in length. And I put 3.5 because you might have a paragraph in there that is only maybe 2 sentences long, like a conclusion or your call to action. That's fine, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? But I'm looking for that approximately that length. So consider 15 to 20 good sentences as the appropriate length for my 7th graders. Format, again, counts. Grammar, organization, and use of proper language art skills are going to count. These must be typed in Google Docs, or if you choose to use it, Microsoft Word, just like I said earlier. All right, and these are due by the noted date, no exceptions. Again, same concept as I said earlier. All work must be turned in via Google Classroom, no exception, and documents shared directly with me will not be accepted. We covered all of that information earlier. All right, so what does the rubric look like for this document? I'm going to show you. All right, so here is the rubric, all right, for the 7th and 8th grade, all right? This comes from a business letter project that we did, and if you're in my class, you might have taken this project. If not, that's fine, but here we go. It's the rubric for that particular project. Now, the heading address and inside address, okay, are they perfect? All right, 10 points each. And yes, I'll be looking for perfection, even a comma gone, or not use the right spelling or abbreviations are going to count, okay? I've given you the information on how to write and create addresses accordingly, all right? Is the length appropriate? Does it meet or exceed requirements? Remember what I'm looking for as far as your total sentence count, okay? How is your formatting, okay? Is it formatted properly, okay? How is the grammar? 20 points. So that's length, formatting, and grammar, 20 points each, all right? Then you have your signature or closing. Is it as noted, or do you modify that? Okay, again, I'm looking for perfection. And then how is the content? Is it relevant to what we're looking for? Now understand that if you turn in half a letter, don't expect that the length is just going to take 10 points off. You've only given me a portion of what I'm looking for as far as grammar or formatting of what I'm looking for. You get the idea? Okay, so yeah, expect those kinds of things there, all right? But that is the basic rubric that I will be looking for the extra credit opportunity and the extra credit assignment. All right, so I hope this helps you out, and you should have plenty of time to get this done. Now, Mr. C will not talk about this during class any further. I might make a reminder, oh, hey, don't forget that if you're choosing to do your extra credit opportunity, it is on blah, blah, blah. All right, so there you go. All right, good luck, and I hope you enjoy working on this little assignment, and I hope it works out for the best for you.